Okay, in this video, we're going to take a little bit of a deeper dive into scenes and the different things that you can do. So over on the left side here, we have our button for scenes. Again, scenes are the rules that you want to have applied to your sessions. So let's go ahead over here and open up scenes. So any scene that you've already made will show up here like as a thumbnail. So let's take a look at one that I've already created in an earlier video. I call it my no music one. In scenes, what I did, you can set up two kinds of filters. Either you allow everything and block certain websites, or you block everything and only allow certain websites. And right here, GoGuardian has some custom lists of websites that you may want to have listed that are either blocked or they are allowable. So a lot of these right here, like for example, here's the Houghton Mifflin Harcourt list here has 27 websites that go along with their curriculum. So if you were to do a block mode, then you could block everything except those websites. And that's the purpose of this here. And scrolling down here, you can do tab management. Tab management means our tabs that automatically show up when the session starts, so the kids can't go to other sites automatically. As soon as your session starts, these are the tabs that open up, and you can set a maximum number of tabs here. 9 being the maximum tabs that kids can have open. Again, limiting their tabs is a good idea because the more tabs they have open on their Chromebooks, the slower that their Chromebook may perform. So it's a good idea to limit their tabs and their distractions. So that's what a scene looks like. But let's go ahead and go back to scenes here. And let's start with a new one from scratch. So if I go here to add scene, and I'll just call this one practice. And again, you don't need to put a description here. But let's say I want to do a block mode where I block everything except for the ones that I allow. So I'll go to block mode here. But the ones that I want kids to be able to go to, I want them to go to Google. Maybe Google Classroom, obviously. They want them to be able to access Seesaw. And maybe I want to add in some of these ones here. Maybe I want them to do something with iReady. So I can add that one as well. So now iReady, so if you click here, these are the different iReady websites that have been created. So any of these here, maybe I want to add in there. Let's see, I want to do more than just regular Google. So if I click on G Suite here, it's going to give me even more Google apps that they're able to access. So I add lists, and now that G Suite list is put there. These are all different ones that all kids would be. What you might want that are allows them to access all of Google. So that might be something you want them to do. So these are the only anything in this list here. These lists here are allowed. If they try to go anything else, then they will be blocked. So maybe the ones that I want them to automatically have, for example, maybe I want them to start off with maybe Seesaw. And I'll wait for that to validate. And I also want them to go to Google Classroom, classroom.google.com, add that tab in there. So when they start automatically, these are the two things that they have access to. So I don't have to tell them, okay, go to Seesaw, go to Google Classroom. They're automatically there. But let's say that these are the first two that I want them to be able to access automatically. But maybe I said, you know what, I'm going to limit them to 3 tabs open. So these 2 automatic ones and then 1 extra one. So maybe I want them to do a Google search. They can have 1 extra tab open. If they try to open a 4th tab, they will not be allowed. So it really gives you a good way to kind of manage their distractions. Because if they're able to open up an unlimited amount of tabs and you don't set that rule, then kids can easily be distracted and go off into other tabs here. Right here it says create edit list. You can create your own list that you want. GoGuardian has ones that they've already created. So if you hit create new list, you can give it a nickname and start typing in all the different websites that you want if it's something that you refer to often. So here's where you would create your own list if you didn't want to use the GoGuardian pre-made list. So when you're all done, make sure you click Save Scene. And now you have a number of scenes here that you can pick and choose. And each one can be set as a default for a certain for a certain class. So if we go back to our classes really quickly, if I wanted to change my default here, go to my settings. Right, your default scene is normally I don't want them to play music, but if I want to change that, now I have another one here. I can go to practice and I can create and I can make this one to be my default one. I hit update classroom to make sure that new rule has been set. If you notice when I went to changing my default scene, there's also an option if I want to create one if I happen to be on this page and I want to create a new scene from scratch, you can also do it from here as well. They give you that option. So if you have any questions, feel free to drop a comment in the comment section or reach out to me through email.